Yay! Okay, I think we are finally live. I was supposed to start this broadcast at 2. I had it scheduled for then, and I went to start the broadcast at 2, and it was like, oh, you have to install this plugin, and so I downloaded it, but then I installed the wrong thing. Like in my downloads folder, there was oh, my computer's making noise. I'm sorry. There was like another thing that I guess I hadn't installed, and I installed that, and then I had to reboot my computer, and then I had to install the right thing, and basically I went through a really long series of uh, technical difficulties, but I believe we are live and things are working. So today I'm going to be doing a live Q&A. I don't, I'm not, I have some questions from Tumblr. I'm not really sure how I would check the comments on this video. So if you want to send me a question, leave it in the comments. I probably could get to it on my phone. So yeah, and I'm going to start off this broadcast with just like some updates for Theater Commandments and for my own channel, because like basically I do the way I've been doing live shows since I started doing them with like 6 months ago. I mean, like I do them like every once in a while. Like if I should make like an updates video or something like that, I'll just make I'll just like do a live stream instead, and do all the updates, and then do like a live Q&A with some questions that are in my Tumblr inbox, and I have some of them that I am about to answer. Yeah. So if you have questions right now, you can leave them. I really don't even like. This is my first time streaming on Google on YouTube because I've tried it before, and it's like I don't know. I can never figure out how to work it, but I want to because I like the idea. I prefer if I could stream through YouTube and like keep it within my YouTube channel as opposed to going through YouNow, because YouNow is really easy to use, but it's like it's just like it's a totally different service, and if I want to save, like, it doesn't save the video past of the stream past like 2 or 3 weeks. So I have the video of the live stream in oh my god, I'm sorry, my computer's like doing pop-ups and it's really annoying. Anyway, like if you can download the video of the stream and send it out, and like save it, but here it's directly to YouTube, and yeah, I'm gonna probably be just like learning how to use this the entire time. So yeah, I don't really know. I guess I could check it appears that people are watching. Okay, I guess this is actually working. So first update is kind of like just an explanation, really. I guess you guys have probably noticed that I've been quite absent from YouTube. And the reason for that is that, like, recently I was on kind of an unplanned hiatus. I've talked about this a little bit on Tumblr, and I explained it a little bit in this week's video, which I shot this morning, which is why I have like my spider lashes on. I have my super crazy big stage makeup slash filming makeup lashes. My view, by the way, of this video is on like a little bit of a delay, so it looks really weird. Anyway, so yeah, you've probably noticed that I've been on kind of pretty inconsistent. During May, I was on a planned hiatus because May is like, if you need me to do something in May, it's just not gonna get done, because that is really heavy concert season for me. Like, there are weeks where I'll literally have like 2 or 3 concerts the same week. And it's also when we have finals and juries, and so like I'm at school for more time than usual. I'm in extra rehearsals. I'm having to practice my ass off for juries and for concerts. So, filming videos becomes, oh my god, the freaking antivirus on my computer keeps coming up. It becomes almost impossible. So, yeah. I might phrase stop. I'm sorry. McAfee, like, live security is a pain in my ass. I have, oh my god, it came pre-installed on my computer, and I hate it because it doesn't shut up. Like, I've been using in the past Avast, which is a good free antivirus, and it's pretty quiet. like it runs in the background, but McAfee does not leave you alone. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So yeah, for May, like I announced it on Tumblr and I mentioned it, that I was going to be on a hiatus because like I couldn't film videos. It was just not going to happen because I was just way too busy. And then normally right when I got out of school, like whether it be, I'm sorry, I have like mosquito bites everywhere because last night I think there was like an assassin mosquito in my room and it bit the living shit out of me. Anyway, normally when I like the semester ends and when the semester starts is when like my upload schedule kind of goes to hell, and I really don't know why that happens. It's like I think it's because it's like I'll go from when a semester ends, I'll go from having no time whatsoever to all the time in the world, and like I guess that adjustment really screws with my upload schedule. And like the same thing happens in the reverse when I go back to school. I have one curl that like won't join the coalition of curls and keeps falling on my face, and it's really annoying. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah, when I go back to school, it's like, well, what was I saying? I'm like, it's just a stream of consciousness. Okay, when I go back to school, I like have no time, and so then I have to like adjust to that. And like I would think that I've been on YouTube for almost, I mean, I've been on YouTube since February of 2012, but I've only been like, I only classify myself as a YouTuber. Like my YouTube birthday is November 1st, I think, 2013, because that's when I started doing weekly comedy blogs. Like I was making videos before that, but I wasn't really that consistent with it, and it was pretty casual, and I wasn't doing, you know, comedy blogging. So yeah, that's what I say is my YouTube birthday. But anyway, I've been doing regular weekly videos for almost 2 years now, and so you would think that I would have gotten used to that and like it wouldn't be a problem and I wouldn't have to go through this weird transition every time the semesters end and start, but it happens every time. So that kind of played into it. And also I took a summer class that only finished last week, so basically I like summer classes are intensive classes. A lot of this is explained in Friday's video, because Friday's video is an episode of College Problems. It's College Problems episode 10, which is crazy that there are 10 episodes of College Problems. But anyway, yeah, the summer classes are intensive classes because they have to teach you a semester's worth of material in like 4 weeks. So I really underestimated how intense the class is going to be, and basically that is why I wasn't making videos, because I was just so wrapped up with this one class. And yeah, but as of last week, regular uploads resumed. I was editing a blooper reel for like 2 weeks because those take forever to edit, because you have to go through like literally 10 hours of footage and you know, pick out little bits. So yeah, and this week's video has already been filmed, and it's I don't, you know, when I'm not in school, like my concept of what day of the week it is shot. Yeah, it's Monday, and this week's video is already filmed, so it'll be good to go for Friday. Other things. I feel like there's something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, in May, like as far as theater commitments, I mentioned this a lot. Like I'm streaming right now on a new laptop. I was not planning to replace my old Asus laptop. It just died on me. So that was really, really bad. I didn't have a laptop during finals, so I lost my notes. Luckily, I was able to get notes from friends of mine, and that also slowed down like me just running my blogs and running theater commitments. Especially like I was trying to run it from my phone, but like I only have but so much data, and it's really hard to run a blog and maintain a website from an iPhone. So that was basically why my blog was kind of like for most of May, because I was going through an ongoing laptop crisis. Okay, I'm sure that there's another update thing that I wanted to mention, but I can't think of it right now, so I'm going to just dive on into these questions. Okay. The first question, these are from Tumblr, by the way. If you want to, if you have a question, you can leave it in the comments or send it to me on on Tumblr, preferably to Theater Commandments, because that's where I'm looking right now. So yeah, so the first question is from Aztec Maiden, and it is, what's the weirdest theater story you've got? I have really a lot of weird theater stories, and I've mentioned some of them on Tales of Hell Week and on Theater Commandments and just regular posts. So I really have so many. There's one, here's one that's weird. When I was doing Anything Goes, we had the title number, Anything Goes, is a huge tap number. And so when we were doing it, like the way we had it planned, the way we had it choreographed, I guess, is that there were like little smaller groups that had like, not like solo bits, but like, you know, not the entire cast wasn't on stage that whole time during like literally a 5 or so minute dance break. We would like switch off and have a smaller group do a little bit of this and a smaller group do a little bit of that. And the angels in the show had their little dance bit, but 2 of the angels weren't going to buy tap shoes because tap shoes are very, very expensive. I've been a dancer literally my entire life. So yeah, I already had tap shoes. I literally have 3 pairs of tap shoes because I don't know, I'm a dork. And I've just kind of like amassed 3 pairs of tap shoes, and I haven't outgrown them. Like one of the pairs I've literally had since I was like 13, and I refuse to throw them out because they're Capezio. But anyway, something on my keyboard. They weren't gonna buy tap shoes because they're really expensive, and like character shoes can pass for tap shoes like from 30 feet away in the audience. Like you could not see the difference, but you know, you still needed to have the sound. So we literally had tap doubles in the wings who would just tap along and make the sound for them. And so I would do the sound for one person, and my friend Gary would be on the other side doing tap for the other person that was going to wear tap shoes. There were 4 people on stage, and this is 8. 4 people on stage, and 2 of them were not going to have tap shoes on, so we would just provide their sound. And one night, like Sunday shows, you typically have a rather geriatric audience, shall we say. The average age of the audience member at a Sunday matinee is, whoa, my desk lights just came on like crazy. Oh my god, okay. That was really weird. Anyway, so you know, and that's like the audiences tend to be older, which is can produce some interesting results because those are also the audiences that tend to talk back to the show, which is always entertaining. But we when we were doing like the tap doubling, we would be in the wings, but we would be visible from like one angle of the audience because we would have to be able to see what they were doing and sync up with them, so it wasn't really obvious. But one night on a Sunday night, an audience member, this old lady, saw me in the wings and just eyeballed me and was looking at me the entire time that I was tap doubling, and I was just like, there is nothing I can do except just tap it out. But this lady was looking at me like, I see you, and that was very, very awkward. And when I went out into the audience after the show to like say hi and whatnot, I was just like, please do not let this lady come up to me. Please do not let that happen. Okay. I am going to, what does that do? Okay. I'm like seeing all these buttons on the side of the like hangout page, and I'm like, what do they do? Okay, I'm gonna see if there's like any comments. There probably aren't. It says 4 people are watching. Hello people. Okay, so the next question is also from Aztec Maiden, and it is, what is your opinion on mermaids? Mermaids are freaking cool. It's funny, when I was little, like my favorite movie to watch was Little Mermaid, and I remember having like flippers for like in the pool, because like I've always loved water. I used to be a competitive swimmer, and like I've always loved going to the beach, being in water. Like I love it. And I remember having like flippers that were like, they had like the fin, but they were pink and covered in glitter, so they looked kind of like mermaid feet, like a tail. I don't know. They were the shits. And yeah, I also did the thing that like I still do this to this day, and I'm 20 years old. Like if I'm underwater, I'll like look at my hair because like obviously you can see my hair is rather unruly, but like when you're underwater, your hair just like goes into like mermaid mode. It looks really cool. So I'll just be like, yes, bitch, I'm a mermaid. And so yeah, mermaids are cool. Mermaids are cool. Okay. Next question comes from curly-haired Monstro. If you were in Rent, who would you want to play? Oh my god. If I could play literally any character, I'd probably want to play Angel, but I can't because I'm a girl. Um, but yeah, I would love to play Angel because it just looks like so much fun. But other than that, I'd probably want to be like Maureen. Yeah, because she don't give a shit, and she's just like I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna do what I want. Um, and yeah, and also, you know, Idina Menzel. That's a good reason to want to play a role. All right, next question is from Anonymous. What happens to people who steal your hangers? Okay, this is a thing that was one of the very earliest theater commandments, and it was like, "Thou shalt not steal hangers," or something like that. I don't even know. There's literally 102 commandments, and I don't remember which one that was, but it was like one of the earliest ones. Anyway, if you steal my hangers backstage, I will personally arrange for a percussionist to show up outside of your house at 4 a.m. every day and just practice outside your window and wake you up because it's so freaking annoying. Like, if you steal hangers, you don't realize my hair is caught on my earring. Ugh, ow. Anyway, if you steal somebody's hangers, you don't realize that you trigger like a chain of hanger stealing, because if you steal somebody's hanger, they need a hanger, so they have to take somebody else's hanger. And then that person they took a hanger from now has to steal a hanger, and then that person has to steal a hanger. Like, you cause backstage chaos and you need to stop. It's just also an etiquette thing. It's like, if you steal a hanger, you're just a dick. Like, if you steal somebody's bobby pins without asking, like, if you ask me for a bobby pin, I will give you a bobby pin. If you steal my bobby pin, I will not like you at all. Okay. Next one comes from Dorky Theater Girl. I believe you were in Y Theater. I think you submitted for Y Theater. That URL looks really, really familiar. Anyway, for the live show, I have a couple of questions. Who do you think has the best hair in theater right now? Uh, I think I'm gonna go with Christian Borle because I saw Something Rotten last week, which was amazing. It was so what? Oh, I got a tweet. I got a tweet from Michelle who's watching right now. And it's probably not gonna focus, but I believe I know the other person. Oh, she's texting Megan, who I did shows with. Yay! I noticed you guys, and I love you, and I miss you. I want to see you. Okay, even though. Oh wait, no, because I watched Michelle's channel, and I was like, "Aren't you in Disney?" I'm like, "No," because you uploaded a vlog from New York. Anyway, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, okay. So I saw Something Rotten last week. It was amazing. It was so funny, and yeah, and so Christian Borle plays Shakespeare, and like in the show, Shakespeare is like a rocker type, like rock star. And so Christian Borle's hair though is like flowing, and it's just like he uses it as a prop, and it's so fabulous, and I love it so much. I don't even know if it's a wig. I don't think it is. But yeah, it's like the best hair in theater right now. Freaking Christian Borle in Something Rotten. Yes. All right. The next. Oh well, this is like the rest of the message that this person sent me. Okay, your favorite shower song. It varies. It changes day to day. Seriously. This right before I was streaming, I was literally just like belting out "Master of the House" around my house for no reason. I don't know. I just like pick a song and go with it. For a while, I couldn't stop singing the Four-A Mandolin because we were working on it in vocal rep at school, and like that is basically how you rickroll somebody at one of my schools at ACSM now, because we all had to learn it and then we all got sick of it. Like, even though it's a really fun song, we would all just like, if you really want to piss somebody off at ACSM, just walk up to them and be like, "Let on you de serenade." That was the wrong key, but whatever. And pretty bad singing because I'm still really congested. I'm getting over a cold, which is not fun. All right, the last question and the part of this message is a fear you have overcome because of theater and singing. I I think I just kind of am more flamboyant about like being myself, and I really just do not give a flying about what people think of me. Like, um, when I was in middle school, like is when I was first starting getting into like theater, and I was being really I was bullied like a lot, and because I've always been like the nerdy kid, like the weird one, which now I've made an entire YouTube channel out of. um, but I think like through theater and music and stuff, I've just kind of like learned to not give a shit like what people think of me. Like I am who I am and deal with it. I don't care. All right. Next question is from Cloud9 is 007. Do you have a favorite musical? Yes, I do. My favorite musical is Wicked. I have loved it since I was 11 years old, and I am now 20. I just like I love Wicked. I love The Wizard of Oz. I love everything Oz related. I have a Wizard of Oz cup like out of the, oh wait, you can kind of see it. It's right there. My screen is on a delay, so like trying to point something's really hard. It's like it's right there. There's my Wizard of Oz cup. My friend Julia got it for me. And on it, it says, "Are you a good witch or a bad witch?" And it has Glinda and Elphaba on it. Although, because it's like the original, that Wizard of Oz, it's like Glinda and the Wicked Witch of the West. But yeah, I love it. I love everything Oz related. On my Twitter profile to this day, I've had my Twitter since like 2010. And for like my city, it says the Emerald City Oz. Yeah, it's still. I don't want to change that. Like, I could change. Like, people know where I live. I'll just be like, yeah. Like, they know what city I live in. Like, you don't know my address. But I could change it to New York and it'd be like the same thing. But I'm like, no, leaving it as the Emerald City because that's cool. All right, next question is also from Cloud9 is 007. And do you tap? Yes, I think I was just talking about that in another question. Yes, I do. I have been tapping since I was 3. Yeah, I think my first dance class ever was ballet. I don't remember. It was so long ago. Like, I've been dancing way longer than I've been doing most other things in my life. But yeah, I've been tapping for a really long time. I've been tapping probably for longer than some of my subscribers have been alive. Because I like sometimes seriously, like if you subscribe to me, I might just be like, oh, who's this person? And I'll see they're like 13, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? That's why I try to avoid. That's actually why I try to avoid cursing in videos, because I'm like, oh, there's 13-year-olds, and also my parents watch my videos occasionally. So yeah. Yes, I've been tapping most of my life, and I love it. I love it. I will literally like do time steps under my desk if I'm bored in class. Yeah. Okay, the next question is also from Cloud9 is 007, which is, what started your love for theater? I started becoming a theater fan in middle school, and I saw like the first show I ever saw was Beauty and the Beast, and I saw it when I was like 8, so 2003. Yeah. I saw no, yes, I saw that, and I think the same year I saw the Radio City Christmas Spectacular. My nose itches really bad. And like I was like, okay, cool, it's a show. Like I was more like, oh yeah, Disney, woo! Like but I only really started getting into theater when I was in middle school. I saw Wicked, and I was just like, I literally remember thinking like during curtain calls, I was like, I want to do that. I really want to do that. And yeah, like me and my mom, we would always like sing along to the Rent soundtrack and to the Wicked soundtrack and to like In the Heights and stuff in the car. And so that plus like getting into singing is really what started my love for theater. And here we are today. All right, Anonymous asks, as a child, I thought there were only like 5 shows on Broadway and they never changed. I was so confused about why it was such a big deal. I still can't fathom how many musicals and plays there are. Yeah, I I like up until recently I never really understood like how monumental it is for a show to run as long as Phantom, or for as long as Cats ran for, or for as long as even Wicked now. Wicked's breaking records. And that like traditionally, like if a show lasts for like up to 5 years, like for like 5-ish years, like that's really long. Like most shows don't last out a season. But yeah, it's very cool. How many shows? Oh, Lion King 2 has been on Broadway forever. Yeah, this reminds me of like when I was little, when I was like 6 years old, and I guess I'm like, yeah, around like 2000, 2001, I was like 5 or 6, and I just remember always seeing ads on TV for 42nd Street, and the ad that they would use was always like the steps, and they were tapping on the steps. And I just remember to this day, I can visualize it, and that happened like 15 years ago. I remember seeing that ad so many times, and like I just thought like, oh my god, that's the only show on Broadway, like something like that. I was like, what is this, and why do I see it every 5 seconds? Um, okay, the next question comes from Eric Never Dies, and it says, I'm going to the West End in January, February. What should I see? I'm thinking Mamma Mia, but I don't know. I'm also kind of new to the theater thing, so I don't know if it's called the West End or West End. Please help me. As you can tell from the way that I talk, I am from New York. I have never been to the West End. I would love to go someday, but I don't know much about what's playing in the West End just because like I don't live there. Yeah. If that makes any sense, but yeah. I think Wicked's still playing there. I honestly have no idea. I think like the West End, same thing. Like, I don't think there's like a real official designation. It's not like the thing with like theater spelled with an ER and RE, which like I get never ending shit about. I made a video a while ago just explaining it because I'm like, I'm done explaining it. It's spelled ER on Theater Commandments. That's how it's going to stay. Like, I really don't care how you spell it. Friggin' get on with your life. But yeah, I don't think it's a big deal if it's West End or the West End. Okay, next one comes from Plenty of Thingamabobs, and they ask, are you a fairy? No, I would love to be a fairy. I'd love to be Tinkerbell. I'd love to be a fairy because I could do, like, I deal with New York City traffic every freaking day when I go to school, and it's not fun. Or, like, because my options are either drive to school, which is a lot more, like, palatable than trying to, than taking public transportation, although for my first year in school, I was taking public transportation every day, and it was not fun because I was on the two most unreliable buses in the world. But if I was a fairy, I would literally just like fly into class and be like, sup guys, like I would just like fly over the LIE like, haha, you're in traffic, I'm not because I'm flying. Or, oh, okay, by the way, my desk chair is trying to kill me. It's missing a wheel, so it's really, really, really unstable, and that is not good. Anyway, yeah, and if somebody was annoying me, and if I was a fairy and I had the power to just like get small and fly away, they would just be like, and I'd be like, bitch, bye. This is, I don't know why this is my wings. I'd be like, bitch, good riddance. I'm a fly because I'm a fairy. Yeah, the power of glitter compels you. Okay. The next question comes from Common Shakespeare, who asks, who is your favorite Shakespeare villain? Oh, this is another question with a bunch of questions in there. Okay. My favorite Shakespeare villain is probably Macbeth. Yes, I said the word Macbeth, 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 Macbeth. Try to say that 5 times. You really can't. Because, by the way, I'm going to say this for the 50th time, and this is another thing that I made a video on because I was so tired of, like, explaining. Saying the word Macbeth on the internet doesn't do a damn thing. The curse applies when you say it inside of a theater. Okay. Okay. So annoying. And people will be like, oh my god, you said it. I'm like, I typed it into a blog post. Like, it doesn't say anything about reading blog posts or watching videos with the word Macbeth inside a theater. You have to utter it. So anyway, yes, my favorite Shakespeare villain is Macbeth because I just remember reading Macbeth in high school, and like when I was in high school, and like to this day, it's like I like to read. I really like to read, but like if you force me to read something, I just will not like it because I'm being forced to read it. Like I automatically won't want to read it because you're forcing me to do it. And I remember I actually ended up liking Macbeth because like if Macbeth would literally kill somebody every freaking scene and just be like, oh, you're a problem, like you're a problem. Yeah. And like my dad, who knows like nothing about Shakespeare, what is this piece of hair? Oh my. Would just go, like, came into my room one day, freaking hair, oh my god, came into my room one day and was just like, oh, you're reading Macbeth. I'm like, yeah, I have to do it for English class. And he was just like, oh, well, does anybody die? And I just looked up and I was like, everybody dies. So, yeah. All right, the next question in this message is also, what is your opinion on one-man shows? I'm preparing for one right now, and I know that some people love them and some people hate them. Just wondering your thoughts. I've never seen like a theatrical one-man show. I mean, I've seen like excerpts from them online. But I want to see if, by the way, I want to see if I could like load the comments if there are any, because I can't. All right, whatever. Let me just answer this and then I'll try to like tackle with technology. I've never seen like a theatrical one. Like I've seen excerpts from them online, and I think like it's kind of like anything else where if it's done right, like I'm okay with it. I think it can be pretty. It can get weird. What? Okay. It can get really weird really fast though. Just because like it's only one person, but I feel like I feel like they can be done really well. You know what I mean? It's just like if it's done well, if it's not like overly cheesy, or if it's not. I think the thing with like that people don't like about one man shows is that it is one person, and then like I guess that could get awkward. But yeah, I think if done right, it's all right. I mean, like I'm really pretty open in terms of like how shows are done. Like I'm really not a purist on most things. Like I'm pretty open to anything. I feel like a theater one-man show would be like similar to when somebody does a classical recital where it's like it's just them and an accompanist and maybe like one other person for a duet, you know. It's like a one-person concert. So, and those are fun. So yeah. Those are the ends of the that is the end of the questions that I have now, and a message that was under that just reminded me of, oh, it appears I have new questions. But anyway, a message that came in under that reminded me of another update thing that I wanted to mention, and that is that I'm auditioning for an opera. Did not really see that coming. Well, sort of did. Let me just explain this. All right, I go to a classical music school. I study music all day, every day, and yes, I am a classically trained soprano, even though I want to go into musical theater or be a choir director. Please do not ask me what I'm doing with my life, because I really have no idea. But my school puts on an opera every year, and so yeah, they put on an opera, and I'm not really much of an opera singer, not really one I want to go into. I kind of prefer, I do have an appreciation for opera. But I prefer watching it. You know, I've seen a couple operas and I've liked what I've seen, but not really necessarily what I want to do. But and then I wasn't really planning on auditioning for the opera, but then I got an email from my voice teacher, and she was like, yeah, can you learn the audition excerpts for these two people? I was like, whatever. So honestly, like, I'm actually pretty chill about this, because I'm like, you know what, if I get it, it'll probably be like, I'll know basically everybody on the cast, so it'll be like doing a show with all my friends, and so it'll probably be fun to do anyway. But like, if I lose the audition, I won't really care, so it'll be a pretty low pressure audition. I actually have the score right next to me. It's under my camera case, so oh, sorry. There's my camera bag. It's like gigantic because it has multiple lenses. Yes. So this is the score. It's Così fan tutte, Mozart. Yeah. I got the score last week because I have like free Amazon Student Prime, so it was shipped to me within like 2 days. And I was gonna start learning it, but then I got sick, and I couldn't sing or like barely talk because I was like super nasal sinus. And I'm still like kind of nasally, so I'm gonna, and because I don't have to like push my voice in school and like force myself to sing, even though I probably shouldn't be, like, if I get sick during the school year, you kind of just gotta suck it up and like try to recover as fast as possible. But like, because I'm out of school, I'm gonna actually let my voice chill out, because I'm actually not in a show right now. I am and I'm not. Like, I'm prepping, not prepping. I mean, like, I have shows on the horizon, but I'm not actively in rehearsals for anything. This audition's coming up and it's in August. Yeah. So, I mean, and it's pretty low pressure because I'm really not gonna care if I don't get anything. I'm probably not gonna get anything because I'm thinking of like the other people who are gonna auditioning, including like my friends who are freaking amazing, and I'm just like, yeah, I probably not gonna get anything, but like I won't care if I don't. Like for musicals, it hurts a little bit more because it's like that's what I want to go into, but like for opera, I'm like, whatever. It'll be fun if I get in. If I don't, whatever. Anyway. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's in terms of like what I'm working on right now. Um, like at my school we do musical theater recitals. They're student run, because we don't really have a theater program at my school. We have like a drama program, but like you don't have to audition into it. And like same with like the dance majors. It's like I know some of them and they're perfectly good people and they're really talented, but it's like it's just not a big thing. The music school is just like we have our own building, and is like kind of bigger. I don't know. I'm trying not to sound mean, but I'm like, it's just the way it is. Like, we don't have a very big theater program, and we don't even have a defined musical theater major. So there are like theater kids in the music school who do the recitals, and and they're a lot of fun. We do group numbers. If you follow my music channel, which should be linked down below, you can see some videos from past recitals. There's actually, for the last two that we did, for the last 25 years of Broadway and A Night of Sondheim and Bernstein, the full shows are up. Yeah, I've been tasked with the job of editing the full shows and editing out the individual videos and kind of running the YouTube channel associated with those, because it's not my personal music channel. Like, I put the full shows up on my music channel because I want, my family and people who can't go to the shows all the time to see them. But there's also like another YouTube channel where all of that stuff goes. And like basically after the first one where they tape like this, well, the first ever one we did, they didn't tape the whole thing, but like the second one, they did tape the whole thing. And then my friend Mike, who runs them, was like, hey, I need somebody who's really good with video stuff, Amy, to edit this. So I was like, yeah, my friends are used to me being a YouTuber at this point. But anyway, yeah, we're doing another one in October, and so I'm already getting emails about getting scores and like choreograph, and my friend Elise choreographs them, and so she's like, all right, I got to get started on this, and Mike is like, oh, I need this score, and so that is why I've occasionally asked people on Theater Commandments for sheet music, because we go through a crisis of like, crap, we can't get it, like, or we'll have discrepancies in like different scores, and we'll just be like, well, let's just see if we can get it through this way. So yeah, if I call in a favor on Theater Commandments, it's probably because of that. And by the way, like there's I've gotten a couple conductor scores out of that. Like there was one time where I was like, okay, does anybody have the sheets to You Can't Stop the Beat? Because we already had two versions of it, and then like it just didn't, one of them didn't have something, and then the other one was in a different key, and we were just like, there were so many discrepancies between the two, and so I was like, you know what, let's just see if we could get another version. And so I wound up getting the full conductor score to Hairspray out of that, and I think I got the conductor score to something else, and I don't remember what it was. Rent, I think. I got the full conductor score, and I was just like, just because we needed the sheets to La Vie Boheme, and it was the same situation where it was like, we already had a couple versions, and then like, but this one was missing this, and this one was in this key, and there were so many problems that I was like, let's just get another version. So yeah, that's kind of on the horizon, but right now I'm not in rehearsals, and it's kind of nice to have a break, especially after like last year where when I'm in school, like there's never a time that I'm not in a show or prepping for a concert or doing choir stuff. Like I am constantly performing, which is great, but like also sometimes you really need a break. So right now I'm having my break, and it's very nice. Okay, so now for the questions that just came in. Thoroughly Modern Musicals. That URL also looks really familiar. I feel like, did you submit for like a Q&A? I don't know. Sometimes like I recognize your URL. Like if you reblog me a lot, or like message me a lot, or if you participate in or if like your stuff gets chosen for Tales of Hell Week, or more recently Y Theater, like I'll probably recognize your URL. So your URL looks really familiar, Thoroughly Modern Musicals, but I cannot pin why. Okay. Anyway, weird, funny audition stories. P.S. Love your blog, Amy. Thank you very much. With the little heart over there, which you probably can't see on the webcam. Oh my god, I have so many. There's actually one audition story that I I really can't say on the internet. I mean, I can. It's honestly within my right to say because I and quite a few other people were not treated very nicely. But you know, in this industry, like what you say does come back around to haunt you. So even though I and other people were kind of treated horribly, and the callback subsequently was less than professional. I haven't made a video, even though it'd be freaking hilarious. Let me tell you, this is a really funny story, but like maybe in like 10 years if I'm still on YouTube. Anyway, I've had a lot of weird auditions. I mean, recently for the last musical theater recital, my audition was literally in a practice room because it was just like Mike, my friend Mike who runs them, he was just like, well, like most people weren't gonna audition that night because I think there was like weather or something and people were like going home or whatever, and there was another day anyway, so people were gonna go that day, so they were like, well, we're not even gonna call the accompanist. But he was like, but me and my friend Jackie were already there, so he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like, so let's just go into a practice room and like I'll hear it, and he was just like, yeah, okay, like it was the most informal thing ever. It was so chill, but like, oh, well, there was also the audition that I went on. It was another really casual audition where I was literally auditioning for my friends, and then I forgot that I went on the audition. Then I got the audition, and then I turned it down. Basically what happened is that I'm a part of a thing called CSCDC, Classical Singers Career Development Club, which is why we abbreviate it because the name is freaking long. They do like recitals every now and then, and one of the things that they do is a Christmas concert. My hair keeps getting caught in my earrings, and it's really, really annoying. Christmas concert outside of school. And so they basically said, well, here's the audition times. Come in whenever you want, like, and it was really, really, really relaxed because I knew everybody in the room, and like, you know, it was in front of my friends, you know, because I have friends that are on the board of CSCDC, so it was like the most chill audition ever, and I knew it was gonna be a chill audition. Like, I'm not even kidding when I said I walked in a t-shirt and leggings and Uggs, and I was just like, whatever. Like, I would never, ever, ever do that on like a quote unquote serious audition, but even they were like, it's really relaxed, just come in and sing, like we don't care, you don't have to get dressed up, like we don't care. So I went on that audition, did it, and I think it was like really busy at the time or something. I completely forgot that I had gone on that audition, and then I got an email and they were like, oh yeah, you're in the show, and I was like, what? And it was like, I think it was also like 2 weeks after, and I think it was towards the end of semester too, and I was just like, oh, I forgot that I even went on that audition, and then I got a show, and I was just like, but I think it was like towards the end of the semester and I was like burning out anyway, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna take a pass. And I was just kind of like, yeah, like I love you guys, I was gonna try to go to the show, but then I think something came up, but I was like, yeah, thank you, but I'm gonna take a pass. So that's pretty weird. Okay, next one. My phone is, oh damn it. My phone is on the charger, but I keep dropping it. By the way, I have like the girliest iPhone you've ever seen in your life, because my case is, by the way, this case is like designed to protect my phone from me. And I also have this thing that my friend Sayaka got me. It's a charm that is like, I'm trying to show it to the webcam, but it's really hard. It's a little Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse ears, but it's pink and sparkly, and it attaches through the headphone thing, but the headphone thing also has a Mickey on it as well, and it's really cute. So, and yeah, so I have a really, really girly iPhone, and my phone's making noise from Twitter. Okay, next question comes from Phantom Miserable, and they ask, favorite performance so far? Oh my god, okay, this is really hard to choose because I mean, everybody knows, like, not everybody, but like, I feel like this is like a common occurrence in that, like, some days, like, when you do a run of a show, there's always one show where you just slay and kick ass, and like you just have a really good performance day, and then there's always one show that just like everything in the world goes wrong. So I feel like every show that I do, like, one night is like the really good night. I mean, as of recently, like, as of recently, like, I did the NAFME recital, which the video is up on my music channel, and I believe the audio is on my SoundCloud. Both are linked in the description below. But yeah, I was the NAFME recital. NAFME stands for National Association for Music Educators. They do a recital. I was like kind of iffy about being in it because again, it was like towards the end of the semester and I was really, really tired and like burning out. But then my friend was like, please, 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 and I was like, okay. So I ended up having really a lot of fun. I mean, like, it's because it wasn't just like a straight classical recital. Like, people were performing like stuff they really wanted to perform and like stuff that, I mean, even they wrote or like, you know, just doing what they really like. And so it was a really varied and really, really good concert to even just watch. Like, I did my performance towards the beginning and then I just watched the rest of it and it was awesome. But anyway, yeah, I performed Greenfinch and Linnet Bird from Sweeney Todd, which I've loved that song like for a while. And I was like, oh, I really like this. And so one day in a voice lesson, my teacher was like, oh, can you just like, do you know Greenfinch? Can you look at it, like get the sheets? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I'm thinking like, oh, like I know this song already. I've heard it a bunch of times. Like, I'll just listen. I'll just listen through, and like I'll learn it, no problem. Oh my god, that song is so freaking hard. Oh my god, I literally stressed out over that song because there was like so many difficult parts, and like trying to smooth that song out and get it ready for juries was hell. It was not fun. I mean, like there was one part, there's a trill at the end that I am not kidding when I say it probably took me 4 weeks to get that freaking thing. It was so annoying, and like when I finally did it, I remember what happened because it was like the most derpy moment ever. I finally got the trill without like freaking out and stopping or like getting off the beat or whatever. And then I go on and I sang the wrong word. And I was so mad because I was like, it was so good up until there. And then I sung the wrong word. But anyway, I worked so much on that piece. Like I beat it up in a practice room. That piece took a lot of work because it was really hard. And then I went to perform it and I was just like, okay, you know, like I went to perform it because it was the only piece. I mean, it was going to be on my jury, and so I was like, you know what, I might as well get it, perform it so I feel better about it on the jury. And I performed it, and I had a good performance, and I didn't die mid-performance. I didn't even have a really big mishap, and I was just like, I walked off, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I don't even know how that just happened, but I am very happy that I managed to perform that without dying. So yeah, I think that's my favorite performance now. I mean, like, of all time, my favorite performance ever was probably the first time I performed at Carnegie Hall when I was like 15. No. Yeah, no, I was 16. And that was just like kind of because it was like a really surreal moment because I just like walked on stage and it was like we had known that we were performing in Carnegie Hall like when we started working on the music, and the music was really, really hard, but like I mean it was really good, but it was really hard. And we had known like what we were going into, but it's like when we stepped out on the stage for dress rehearsal, I froze because it was like surreal. I was like, oh my god, like when you step out on the stage at Carnegie Hall, like every bad practice session that you've ever had becomes so worth it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm like checking for things and somebody needs as you guys probably know. Oh, what? I have a message from YouTube. What do you want? Oh, yay! Okay, I have a thing. I have a question. Is this how I do questions on the comments? Who is your? This comes from Sydney Turner. I mean, this came to my email. I don't know how to live stream. Okay, this question is from Sydney Turner, who just subscribed to me. Thank you very much. Who is your favorite actor or actress? I mean, it's no secret that I'm a giant fanzel. I think my favorite actors. I can't like narrow it down to one. My favorite two actresses are Mariska Hargitay and Idina Menzel, and Lana Parrilla. Yeah, 3. I have 3. Which if you follow my personal blog, which is my personality might be illegal, which is like the most ridiculous URL ever. And I've thought about changing it, but I'm like, no, I've had it for so long. And like, it's just such a long and ridiculous URL that I'm like, no, I don't want to change it. Anyway, so yeah, my favorite actors, which I can't narrow it down. I love them all so much. And you probably know because of how much stuff her blog on my personal about it are Lana Parrilla, Mariska Hargitay, and Idina Menzel. Love them. Okay. Anyway, yeah, my phone went off just now, and it was on the Theater Commandments email, and it was somebody who needs audition songs. Yeah, I do audition song requests on Theater Commandments. Like, I used to do it through the blog, but like that quickly got to be very annoying to manage and very hard to manage. Because they come in, they don't, like, Tumblr messaging is a piece of shit, and it's been a piece of shit forever, and they just don't fix it. Like, I am very happy that we finally have a block function. Whoa, I almost said something very bad. Actually, I'm an adult. I can curse all I want, and I do. But anyway, whatever. Tumblr finally has a block function. It used to be just like ignore, which did nothing. Like, pretty much nothing. But now you can actually block people from following you and block them from messaging you. And I have blocked 2 people who, yes, I'm not even like ashamed to admit this. The day that they announced the new block feature, I literally went back to the people that I had been wanting to block like for a while, and I just like blocked them immediately. And yeah, basically what happened, I mean, like, I'm very lucky that I haven't had too many negative experiences or negative incidents on YouTube or on Tumblr. I've had a few. I mean, I had one that was like ridiculous on YouTube, like with hate comments. Like, it was literally like a string of 10 comments, like, I think almost a year ago, and I made a video on it, and I was just like, you know what, like, screw you, like, I hate you, you know. And not like I hate, but you know what I mean. It's like I got so many hate comments that I'm like, I have to say something. Like, I have to say that this isn't okay. And yeah, there were the people that I blocked on Tumblr. One of them was a person who was outright really rude and really, really mean to myself and a follower in a reply to a post. And I was just like, nope, like, I do not tolerate this. Like, it is not tolerated on this blog. Take your negativity somewhere else. So they were blocked. And you might know this if you've been following the blog for a while. I had an incident of plagiarism on Twitter, and I found it. I don't even know how I found it. I think I stumbled across like the Theater Commandments hashtag or something, which barely exists. But anyway, and I found it, and I found that somebody was posting the commandments. Like, not even the images, just the commandments themselves, word for word, verbatim, on Twitter, no comment, no credit, no nothing. And I was just like, oh, hell no. I messaged them on Twitter, and I did, I was actually pretty sassy about it, and I was like, honestly, no, you don't, no, like, fuck you. I messaged them on Twitter, and the first one, I would put the image and the link to the blog post, and I was like, oh, that's mine. That's also mine. That's also mine. That's also mine. And then I just kind of summed it up. I'm like, if you want to post them, post credit. Like, don't plagiarize. And they apologized. And here's the thing. It's like, if you apologize, I accept your apology. That does not make what you did okay. And back then, when that happened, block functionality did not exist. And, you know, if you plagiarize my stuff, if you take it and you decide to post it as your own, no, you should not have the right to follow my blog. I'm sorry. Like, no, I don't care if you apologize. I appreciate the fact that you apologize and admit that what you did was wrong, but you're still going to have to face consequences. Like, no, if you plagiarize, if you steal anybody's stuff on the internet, you should be blocked. You absolutely should. And this person probably isn't following this because they're blocked on Tumblr, and I don't think they follow me anywhere else. But yeah, so just let it be known that the current policy for hate and plagiarism and really any other negativity that makes me go, yeah, screw you, is blocking. Which, yeah, I think it's a great thing, honestly. Like, and I don't know why Tumblr took so long to make that, because, you know, are there people that, like, use the block button excessively on other forms of social media? Yeah, but, like, you don't realize that a block button is a really, really valuable thing when you know, when you want to block negative crap. Like, people, I mean, it's no secret that people are, like, predators on the internet. Like, so if you're getting hate from, like, one person, or if somebody's, like, stalking you, you know, being able to block them is a very good thing. Or if somebody's stealing your stuff and posting it on Twitter. Like, the thing was, I couldn't really do anything about it because they was stolen off one social network and posted onto another. So it was like, they were reported, but like, what am I supposed to do when it's across, you know, it's not really in either social media's jurisdiction, you know what I mean? So yeah, also speaking of that, this just got weird. I found a Twitter account of me that's not me. I blocked, I like blocked them because I was like, and it's like a private thing, and I was like, what the hell is this? They listed Theater Commandments as my website, and they took my bio from, I have pretty much the same bio on most social media, but yeah, they took my bio from, I guess, like my official blog, which is amyguarino.tumblr.com. And yeah, like I found it and I was like, what the hell? And my the profile picture they had was like an old YouTube profile picture, and I was like, what? I was like, I'm not famous, this shit shouldn't be happening, and it's really, really, really creepy. And I was kind of freaked out by that. But yeah, that happened. And it was thoroughly creepy. Okay. Let's see if there's other stuff for me to answer. Check the Tumblr. Yeah. Like scroll. I have like everything open on my phone right now. I have an itch on my head. I have an itch near my eyebrow. I hate when that happens. When I have an itch on my head and then I have like makeup on. It's really annoying. Yeah, so I mean, like, if that's, I don't know how to get to the comments. Like, the chat thing, I don't know how any of this works. I'm gonna try to do this. What? What the hell? Okay, I don't know how to view the comments, but yeah. If that, I have answered all my questions. I hope you enjoyed this live stream, and yeah, I will see you all on Friday in my video. And if you follow Theater Commandments, you will see, you know, blog posts as usual. And yeah, you know, before I go, fairly new thing. I now have a Patreon account for basically it's like an account that you can become a patron of Theater Commandments and this channel, like you're supporting me as the creator. And yeah, if you could donate to that, that'd be great. Because yeah, as Theater Commandments grows, and the YouTube channel grows, it kind of requires more and more of my attention and more of my time. And I would gladly keep doing it for almost no money forever, but yeah, I'm an adult with responsibilities and whatnot. So yeah, become a patron because that'd be really cool, and I would I'd be very, very happy. I haven't figured out rewards yet. I've been thinking about what to make the rewards, but I really don't know yet. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, tweet them to me. Oh my god, I'm like dying here. And yeah, that is it. Again, I'm dying with coughing and whatever. That is it. I will see you on Friday in Friday's video, and yeah. Bye-bye now.